The Zumwalt-class destroyer was originally designed around a pair of 155mm advanced gun systems intended for naval surface fire support. When guided ammunition was canceled, the turrets became dead weight, leaving the ships without a clear offensive mission until planners turned to hypersonics. Both single 155mm gun mountings, Turret A and Turret B, are now being permanently removed during a major refit that completely redesigns the forward deckhouse. In their place, the Navy is installing 4 large vertical launch tubes, each measuring 87 inches in diameter, and integrated into the deck as advanced payload modules. The work is part of a contract modification awarded to Lockheed Martin in April 2026, valued at roughly $1.35 billion, and funding everything from long lead materials to systems integration. The missile itself is the conventional prompt strike weapon, a joint Navy-Army evolution of the common hypersonic glide body paired with a 2-stage solid rocket booster. Each of the 4 vertical tubes can hold an all-up round canister containing 3 missiles, giving the ship a magazine of 12 hypersonic weapons. Before firing, the weapon is ejected from its tube by a high-pressure gas generator in a cold launch sequence that pushes the missile clear of the deck before ignition. Once in the air, the booster lights and accelerates the payload to hypersonic velocity, after which the glide body separates and flies a non-ballistic trajectory toward the target. A hypersonic strike platform needs deep water survivability, and the Zumwalt brings an advanced sensor package refreshed for the 2025 timeframe. The ship features the AN/SPY-6-V3 Enterprise Air Surveillance Radar, capable of scanning aircraft and missiles out to 463 kilometers, and a comprehensive electronic warfare suite built around the SLQ-32-V7 for both offensive and defensive electromagnetic operations. Undersea threats are covered by active passive sonars, including the SQS-60 hull-mounted set and the SQR-20 towed array, while torpedo defense rests on the Nixie decoy and lightweight torpedoes such as the Mk-54. For air defense, the destroyer can carry a mix of ESSM Block 2, SM-2 Block 3C with its active seeker, and SM-6 Dual 1 interceptors, the latter capable of engaging anti-ship ballistic missiles at ranges up to 426 kilometers. This layered shield allows the ship to operate inside an adversary's A2-AD envelope long enough to deliver its hypersonic punch. Chinese anti-access strategy relies on overlapping missile rings that push American surface forces further from the mainland. The DF-21D can reach out to roughly 1,500 kilometers and cover the first island chain, while the DF-26 extends that threat to 3,500 to 4,000 kilometers, earning the nickname Guam Killer. A Zumwalt armed with CPS can, in principle, remain inside the outer DF-26 envelope, yet still hold targets at risk far deeper than a Burke-class destroyer could safely approach. Because the ship's radical tumble-home hull and composite deckhouse shrink its radar cross-section to that of a fishing boat, it can penetrate rings that would betray a conventional combatant, launch, and then slip away. The combination of a tiny signature and Mach 5+ weapons collapses the defender's decision timeline and creates a genuine silent entry hypersonic strike capability that no other surface platform currently offers.
The sea-based CPS is not meant to replace land-based systems. It is designed as the fast, forward-deployed half of a joint strike architecture. On the Army side, the Precision Strike Missile Increment 2 provides a mobile, volume fire option that can be launched from HIMARS or M270A2 launchers against moving maritime targets at ranges up to about 1,000 kilometers. Where PrSM brings mass and distribution from island strongpoints, CPS brings a stealthy ocean-borne shooter that can get inside the A2AD bubble and deliver a smaller number of extremely fast, high-energy penetrators against the highest value targets. A single Zumwalt cannot match the salvo density of a battery of HIMARS, but 12 hypersonic glide bodies arriving from an unexpected direction can open a window that land-based forces then exploit. This division of labor, volume from the shore, velocity from the sea, is the heart of the Navy-Army joint all-domain concept. Testing of the common hypersonic glide body and its booster has progressed through multiple ground-based shots, with a successful end-to-end flight recorded in March 2026 from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. No live-fire launch from a Zumwalt-class hull has occurred yet. The Navy plans to begin ship-based test shots in late 2027 or 2028 after the first vessel completes its refit. USS Zumwalt itself put to sea in early 2026 without its main guns, confirming that the physical space for the advanced payload modules is ready and that integration of the electrical and computing interfaces is underway. While an initial operational capability date has not been formally set, the pace of modification suggests the lead ship could carry the first deployable CPS load early in the next decade. The two other hulls, USS Michael Monsoor and USS Lyndon B. Johnson, are expected to follow, creating a three-ship division of hypersonic surface shooters.
Owning only 3 such hulls makes each one a strategic asset whose loss would be felt far beyond its material cost. Outfitting a $9 billion class destroyer with 12 hypersonic missiles invites debate about cost-exchange ratios, yet the calculus flips when a single salvo can mission-kill a high-end aircraft carrier or a hardened command facility buried deep inside a denied area. The Zumwalt's permanent magazine contains Tomahawk cruise missiles, SM-6 interceptors, and lightweight torpedoes that let it operate as a full-spectrum combatant, but its defining feature remains the 4 vertical CPS tubes in the bow. That configuration turns an orphaned gunfighter into the world's first operational hypersonic battleship, one that can hold an adversary's most precious assets at risk from the moment it arrives on station. In an era where detection often means destruction, the ability to hide, sprint, and strike before the alarm sounds is a qualitative edge no spreadsheet can fully capture.